How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Is It a Buy, where we talk about stocks and try to determine if they are worth a buy or maybe a pass. My name is Corey. I just like to preface the video by saying I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy who likes to talk about stocks, so please take what I say with a grain of salt. Guys, big freaking day today, right? Big day. And, you know, it's not even like, well, I guess it's a big day for me, right? It was obviously I would call it a consolidation day. Obviously, in the pre-market right here, looking very, very fantastic, right? All the way up to 36.72. We did call it, right? I think most people called it. We saw the articles about Friday. We saw the articles about Friday is the squeeze is going to be over, yada, yada, yada. And what do you know? They heavily shorted today and try to scare people out of their positions. Meanwhile, look what held strong. This level of support that I marked yesterday, 25.20, held strong the entire day. A little bit of a false break over here, but either way, still bounced right up above it and then continued to consolidate. This stock, you know, if you're wondering, is it a dead cat? Is it done? I don't think so. We'll get into the Ortex numbers and I'll give you my thoughts on everything going on. Let me say hi to the chat really quick and we'll talk about those numbers. Lee, yo, what is up, Lee? Lee, thank you for sending the picture in the Discord. That's pretty cool, man. Josh, what happened today, Corey? We'll talk about it, Josh. You know, kind of went over it now, but we'll get into the numbers in just a second. We knew this was going to happen, as Lee says right here, right? Lee, yeah, we knew it was going to happen. We knew it. Raphael's not freaking leaving. Olive, yo, what is up? What is up? They're still doubling down. I don't know what their plan is, right? I have no idea what their plan is at all. Zach says, I honestly thought it was going to happen yesterday, to be honest. So I thought it might be today because of the comments, the posts that they were doing. Josh says, no, you never seen anything like it. Pauline, hey, what's up, Pauline? Welcome. Raphael, what is up? What is up? Good. Okay, so Starfish says, I held. I feel nauseous, but I held. Starfish, I totally understand where you're coming from. I completely understand. It's hard until you get a very good average, until let's say you're in at 20 and the stock is at, you know, 100 or something, or even 80 or 50, it doesn't feel good, right? It's so nerve-wracking. It's difficult. And, you know, I truly, and I'm not exaggerating when I say this, I don't look at the numbers. I don't look at how much money I made, how much money I lost. Cause it makes me feel sick too. You know, it's like, well, I'm a little desensitized to it now because I've been holding for so long. But at this point, you know, it is a little tricky. And the confidence, whenever you look at these numbers, hopefully that will instill some kind of confidence in you to make you feel less sick. But I know what you mean, like literally physically ill. I've been there. Damon said, are they short or ladder attacking? Damon, I do think that's what happened today, right? I do think that they were shorting, and they were shorting today. They were short ladder attacking, and I'll show you exactly why I think that and what happened. I'm with Humble here. Humble says, I actually thought they would push AMC down more. I was really expecting it to go down. I mean, I wasn't going to be surprised if it went past like 20 or something, right? I was ready for a serious dip. But you know what this shows me? This momentum was so strong, especially here in the morning, in this pre-market, right? In the entire pre-market, the momentum was so strong that they couldn't. More people were still FOMOing in. Look at the volume, 659 million in volume today. People are still hopping in. They're FOMOing in. And especially now during the dip, they're buying in. I really do think that people think it's going to be like a GameStop. And, you know, I don't think they're wrong. You know, I would imagine if you had the opportunity to buy GameStop at $22, at $26, at $30, at $40, right? This stock, you know, if it's going to move up, like I think it's going to move up, then this is a great entry point. I bet you anyone who's in GameStop at $30, $40, $50 is like, cool. I was like, they feel good. I got in at 135, we'll call it $140, right? I got in like at $140 and I'm up a little bit and I feel super confident. I feel very good about my position. Josh says, so what is the significance of June 2nd? June 2nd, according to, I believe, Trey, he spoke with Adam Aaron, and he said they are going to, by that day, they should know how many, oh, snap, if there are synthetic shares in the market, stuff like that. Rafter, Wowie, what a day, what a day, what a day. Starfish, pray I made the right choice, up $5,000. Yes, share, yeah, recounting shares, exactly, Damon. Yeah, they recount the shares. Perfect. Okay. I guess the share count starts on June 2nd. Okay, so there we go. And I saw something earlier. I think we have to wait for Adam Aaron to share that information. Who knows if he's going to do it on the shareholder meeting? Who knows if he's going to just announce it on the Twitter? Who knows where that's going to be announced and what they'll do about it, right? I wonder if, and there's a few different ways he could play it. Adam Aaron could decide, okay, we got them. So he could decide, okay, he's gonna tell the apes, and boom, even more people are gonna flood in. I'll tell you, if these guys are short more than the float, and he's like, if Adam Aaron tweets something and says, oh, something's not right here, imagine how many people would just double down or add as many as they could possibly add. Like, imagine. And so, yeah, he could try to get the apes to buy more by saying, yep, these guys, there's something weird going on in AMC, but it's looking good for the apes, or whatever he would say. Or he could decide, hey, I'm going straight to the SEC. We're going to force them to margin call, and he's not going to announce it anywhere until it's happening, or until it's already happened. And he could do like a covert op mission, and we see a run up. We don't know why. We're still waiting on the share count. He could do anything. I don't know what's actually possible for him to do, but that's that. Humble says, I'm thinking of buying more in pre-market Monday night for me, Monday morning for you guys. I like the stock. That guy Yas says, yo, Corey, is Moon over? If not Moon, when? Yas, I think it's coming very, very soon. I personally don't think it's over. We're about to go over the numbers. I just want to read a few more in the chat, and then we'll talk about all the numbers going on. Ray, what is up? What is up? Zach is happy with the way the day turned out, even though, despite all the FUD out for today. I agree. I totally agree. Ginger, hey, what's up? Welcome. It was a great week. Yeah, guys, it was a great week. I mean, you can't tell me up, 100% on the week is like isn't good. You know what I mean? Like, you can't tell me that. This is insane. Oh, FUD. FUD is fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Thank you for asking. Corey, what do you think about $39 call options or 39 strike call options expiring next week? I personally do like those, right? I did a huge bet today that I'll show you as well. I just put mine far out. I think I wasted a little money on the premium, but you know what? With that kind of bet, it was just worth it for me to do that, just to give me a little bit of extra time. Alex says, I was able to tell to someone and tell AMC to someone, and they got excited today. It's not a dead cat. I don't think it's it. What's up, Brandon? It's not a dead cat. Olive says, guys, I know today was volatile, but you have to realize the squeeze will be 10 times more volatile. Guys, this is nothing. This little, $10 drop on the day, a little $5 drop right here, $5 drop right here. This is nothing compared to what I truly believe we'll see on a day. Down 1.51% on the day. No. This is nothing. Okay. You guys have to look back to January, and you have to really look at it and be ready for it, because you're not going to see, if we go back to January, you're not going to see this. You're not going to see this and be like, okay, it's going to be okay. It's going to recover. You're going to see this all the way up here to 25, and then you're going to see this all the way down here to 10, 11. This is what you're going to see. And that is when diamond hands are made. Are you going to sell down here and then buy back in at 20 again? Sell at 10, buy at 20. What are you going to do? And this is why I'm just going to hold. I'm not going to look at it. I'm going to take my chill pill. And I don't really take chill pills, but I'm gonna chillax and hang out. That's my goal. That's my plan. DPG bought the dip with me. I love it. He's been right 3 weeks running. Okay, so let's get into the numbers over here, right? Let's talk about, well, I don't know I have Fintel even pulled up anymore. Let's just see just for fun what this is looking like. But this is not. Look at this. Rank 1,000 in a short squeeze score. Yeah, I don't like these numbers. I'm not even gonna pull it. Well, I guess I already pulled it up, but I'm going straight over here. So this is why. Well, this is not why I doubled down. So it was like a message, right? I doubled down. Well, almost doubled down. I don't want to say that. And here you can see it right here, guys. I'll pull this up right here. And so I decided that, you know what, I believe in it. And I decided that I was going to double down, or basically double. I'm just going to say double down, but just know it's not complete double down. It's almost double down. But I decided I was basically gonna double down whenever it was this morning, and I saw that these numbers hadn't changed. So because of that, I was like, you know what? I feel good about this. Even if they did start covering, you know, and I know these are T+2, even if they did start covering yesterday or today or whatever, I still think that there's time on this, especially considering the fact that these guys have, they borrowed more shares. They continued to borrow more shares. Okay. Right here. And I have an Ortex suite right here. So, as the main market closes after a turbulent day, 4 million additional AMC shares have been borrowed. Short interest is 17.89% of the free float, and keep in mind this was at market close. I think it was market close, right? 3 o'clock. I don't know if this is Eastern or Central, but I believe market close. Oh yeah, this is a main market closes. Yeah, so this is a market close. 17.89% of the free float. They're still going in. And that is, so this was tweeted out. Well, it wasn't specifically this one, but I think it was, yeah, it was this one, I believe. Yep. So I bought it, and then this happened. Increased borrowing in AMC. So far today, we have seen 7 times as many shared borrowed as returned. And so these numbers have changed a little bit, but even then, it's still 4 times instead of 7 times. It's too good. It's too good. And this came out right after I placed my order, and I was like, you know, I get a little scared, and then I'm like, and then this came out, and I was like, you know what, Corey, like, you're good. You're freaking good. And I think I'm good. And that's the story of why I doubled down. Okay. People are scared. People are freaked out. People are, especially if you're buying in late, or, you know, you got in at 25 or whatever you got in at. I know it's a little scary right now, but that's why I trust the numbers. I trust the process. Keep in mind, you know, Fintel isn't the end all be all. We'll see what happens whenever these numbers start to change, if people still like Ortex, or if there's any kind of discrepancy or anything that doesn't make us feel good about Ortex. But currently, they are helping my confirmation bias, and so I like them, is I guess what I'll say about that. So yeah, Johnson, what's up, Captain Cash? What's up, buddy? Be Real says, I bought the dip, Corey. I told my wife that this ring is too small. Let me buy you a bigger one. Pawn that sucker and bought. No, you did not. You did not pawn the ring and buy more shares. Oh my goodness. Pinky says, hey, all added more shares to my position in AMC today. Can't wait for next week's action. And I think that next week is going to be pretty huge. I know that Diamond has been saying Tuesday, and I've always felt like it was a Tuesday as well. And that's because of the T+2, right? Now, given that Monday, there's no trading, there's no nothing, I think that it may be when, you know, this is my guess. This is a guess, kind of arbitrary, but and I'll tell you why I have this, right? Look how many shares expired in the money. I think I have the calculation here. It's approximately going to be 16 million shares that need to be purchased. And remember, I believe that these need to be purchased regardless if you're going to exercise or sell your contract, because they need to have those shares on hand just in case you are going to execute and purchase the shares. So I believe they have to have all of them on hand at that time. Now, and so I'm fairly certain that's how it goes. Now, with that in mind, that's why I think, so they weren't expecting all of this price action in this week, right? So let's go back to the 1 month, right? They weren't expecting, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we were trading, around $12, right? So they were not expecting for it to run all this way up and have all these options expire in the money. And that's why I think we're probably going to be headed to another gamma squeeze, similar to what happened over here, right? We can see here. So right here, we had a little, what was this, 122, 125, so Friday. So as you can see, at the end of day on Friday, it ran from, earlier in the week from 2 to, 4 even. And all of these, or 5 actually, and all of these options, no, I'm doing that wrong. We'll call it 4, sure. And I believe all these options may have been what caused the this gamma squeeze right here. That and some other factors as well, but that's my thoughts. And so the T+2 is why on Tuesday in the after hours it started to run. So it may be Wednesday in the after hours if that hypothesis is correct, but we'll see. David says we closed up the week, then the stock was for last Friday. Yep. Gail, I think I missed your question. Feel free to ask it again. Be Real says, I bought my option at 27. Yep, 2 weeks again. Now it's worth 267. Jeez, or 627. Wow, reading is hard. Yeah, my options are insanely up. I mean, oh my gosh. And it's one of those things where, and I have a video actually coming out tonight. I talked about it a little bit, where I talk about my decision and what I was waiting for and why I added now instead of adding earlier. I always said I will not be the one who regrets not adding more to my position. And it's funny because I kind of found myself not regretting not liquidating. And granted, it's always easy to regret whenever you're running, right? But what I did not want to do is hesitate. Let the stock be at $40 and then buy the options contracts or whatever you would buy personally, your shares. Or for me, it was the options contracts. And I did not want it to be there and then I have to start there. I wanted to start as early as possible. I thought about doing it, and this is what happens whenever you hesitate. I thought about doing it, I think yesterday at 19 or 2 days ago at 19. Oh yeah, so it would have been this day and then adding it here, but I didn't. And for that reason, I'm paying a lot more than I'm just paying a lot more. Not that I wanted to. I'm happy to pay the premiums. I'm happy to pay everything because I think it's going to be worth it, right? And we saw what happened with Keith Gill, Roaring Kitty and his options. This guy, millionaire, and hopefully I can, tens of millions of dollars, and hopefully I can, I don't know if I'll get that high with him. Maybe, depending on how high the stock goes, but. Probably not as quickly as he did. Jules says, what's up with GME? So I see a lot of questions about GameStop. Hold on. Arnie says, I'll talk about GameStop in just a second. Let me see what Arnie's saying. So no one has seen Trading Science's video. If you have doubt, he predicted it up to hit 35, then retraced to 25. Fourth wave blows up to 60. Anyone, Corey? Due to professional. I don't know anything about that one. Very interesting. Corey, you should have bought the $59 call. So just personally with my calls, I like to buy them as close to being in the money as possible. And that's just how I like to do it. It's, I try to manage my risk as much as possible. And managing my risk, I feel super good having that $27 strike, $28 strike. Very, very close. And right here, as you can see from 36, and for all I know, we were going to just bounce back. But I did feel like there was going to be some kind of shorting today. Obviously that happened. And I'm okay with that. Now, the important part is like I said, educating those new apes, just making sure people know about the stop, not having, what people are saying is do not have stop losses because you'll get liquidated, right? You'll get liquidated on the way down and you're going to have to look for another entry or whatever's going to happen. Just be very careful with stop losses. They can trigger those. A lot of people can see it if you're in something like Robinhood and I think Webull, depending on those different brokerages. Okay. Now, let's talk a little bit about GameStop. So what is going on with GameStop? So GameStop is a little bit different, right? GameStop is still doing pretty good. Let's look at it on the 5 days. So from 176 all the way to 222. And I think this is a similar thing. Look at the chart, right? These guys were coming up. And look, upward direction, solid upward direction. Solid upward direction. And then boom. Shorting. And I think they just shorted it. Realistically, I think they shorted it. Obviously, right here, it was heavily shorted today. And actually, let's take a look. Right, I'm paying for freaking Ortex, so let's take a peek. I should be able to do GME. So keep in mind, these numbers are going to be very different than AMC, but just because the overall flow, the free float is much smaller, but you can still see this. And these are the changes for today. So live updates for the changes for today, starting from 7 a.m. Eastern on Monday or Friday, today. And so you can see this is how many shares were returned. And then they borrowed this many shares. Like they're still borrowing a bunch of shares. Shares on loan still 14.9 million. I don't think GameStop is done yet. I really don't think GameStop is done yet. Obviously, I think AMC is just catching up a little bit. I think what happened is this may be one of the theories, right? One of the theories was that these guys were going to try and, what were they going to try and do? These guys were going to try and have a fake squeeze, right? That was one of the theories that was going to happen, and they kind of let off the brake a little bit, let it off, and then they tried to crash it, and them trying to crash, and that's my theory of what happened today with both of them. And so here, they let off the shorts, got some momentum, and then they try to crash it. And especially right here, right? Let off the brakes and then try to crash it. Got some serious momentum, and then they try to crash it. But even then, it still had that support at this 25.20. Still, they were not able to be successful. Everyone had the news. These guys don't understand. Like I don't know what it is about these hedge funds. I don't know what their goal is. I have no clue what their plan is, right? I think they're trying to shake us, but they're not being able to shake us. And it's a little shocking to me because, they really think that they're going to be able to shake the apes from their positions. Like, we know the DD, we've seen the terrible bots that they try. It's almost like they don't respect the apes enough in order to actually try some legitimate FUD, right? I guess I don't want to give them any ideas, but they're half-baked attempts at everything that they're doing, right? Granted, they have the news, they have this and that, but at this point, I mean, if there was a negative news article, I could come on here and start shilling people, and you guys wouldn't even believe me. You guys would be like, "What the heck happened to Corey? Corey's having a bad day. Like, he believes in the stock. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not going to happen." And so I think this was their attempt. And now, on top of that, they're going to be, I think they're probably going to get gamma squeezed here. And I think they're very, very, very close to a true margin call. I think if my hypothesis is correct and we do get a gamma squeeze, I think that'll trigger the short squeeze, and then we're in the end game. Now it's cover time, and it's hodl time. That's what I think is going on. Marty McFly says, you know, and here's the deal. Like, we have to keep in mind that it's not about what you're happy with, right? And granted, and just follow me here. You know, obviously, whenever you're looking for an exit, you need to do what's best for you. You know, find your own exit strategy. But at the same time, you have to keep in mind that they're not going to have a choice. And I think it's the most important part. I see a lot of people. Settling, right? They settle. Oh, I'd be happy. You know, I'd be happy with $100 a share. Like, I'd be happy with this. And it's like, you know, I appreciate that. I appreciate you being humble. I appreciate all of this stuff. But at the same time, they would not do the same to you. They would not do the same for you. And while, you know, the apes may be better people or whatever it is, these guys are just, they put themselves in a bad position. They did illegal activity, and they're not going to be punished for it. The only way they'll be punished for it is if the apes hold until they go bankrupt or whatever's going to happen. Like, and to give yourself a ceiling and say, people are creating artificial prices for themselves, right? If you think the stock's not going to go past, you know, 100 or 200 or 500, whatever your number is, you know, if you don't think it's going to go past 10,000, then that's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Because what'll happen? You'll sell, other people will sell. It's self-fulfilling, and I fear that people are going to hurt themselves in the process, right? Just like financially. So just keep that in mind. You know, have that winner's mentality. It's your time to win. Like, these guys have had the money. These guys have the wealth. Look at the generational wealth gaps and how much people used to make compared to how much people make now and what they could buy back in the day. I saw one the other day. It was how many hours you would have to work to pay for a college tuition back in the day, and then how many hours you'd have to work for a college tuition these days. And it doesn't even make any sense. It's not even proportional. It looks ridiculous. So, and what you could have back in the day on a $40,000 a year salary job, what you could have, a house, kids, car, blah blah blah, and what you can have today. It's something bigger than just settling for, you know, $100 a share or whatever you think, right? And on top of that, look at the numbers, look at the information that is being presented to you, you know. And I guess my long story very long. Don't shill yourself, or be careful shilling yourself. You know, you literally don't have to hold anything. Chat on phone in. All right, so let's continue. Yeah, DB, I love it. Anyone worried should zoom out. Look at this. I think it's just the beginning. Let's go to freaking GameStop. Look at this. Like, obviously they're still catching back up, but look. Like, this is nothing. And you can go back here. Look what they were at before, right? Look at the ups and the downs. $4. We were at, AMC was at $4. Look, 15, 20, 23, 43, and everything in between there. Look, 159. Okay, it just goes. Okay. And what you're going to see, remember, you're going to be like this, and you're going to see this dip, and it's going to look like, oh snap, like I missed 43, we're at 30 or whatever. I'm out of here. And then look what you miss, right? Look what you miss. If you would have sold at 43, you know, let's say you sold at a floor or something, and your floor was $50 or 150, even 200, you could sell all the way back down here. 130 is better than selling at 50, right? Just keep that in mind. And look, this is one day right here. You can see the 1 day candles, or 1 day, 2-hour candles on this 1 day. Look at this. Look at what's been happening, and look at this. Even then, this is a healthy retracement, a very healthy retracement. Yeah, let me give a Fibonacci. Let's see what this is looking like. I'll do it from, I got it from here. That's fine. I'll do it to here. Look, basically, almost a 50% retracement, right? We'll call it 55% retracement in here. So that's solid. That's not even, I don't even think that's bad. That's very common, especially if you go backwards and you see what there was before, right? Look at these retracements. Look at this from 9, and then it retraced all the way to back down to 10, basically. These are some harsh retracements, and it's going to look like this. And on top of that, it's going to look like, you know, let me go back. It's going to look like this, you know. I don't know. I hope I'm getting my point across, but people, I just think people need to really understand what's going on. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of talk about the DTCC, about who's going to, I guess a lot of talk about the DTCC paying for it. And so I guess the question has been asked a few times about who's going to pay for this. Guys, this will be paid. It will be paid. And you know who will pay it? The DTCC will pay it. If the DTCC, well, no, the hedge funds will have to pay, obviously, first. They have all these structures. I think it's the hedge funds, and then it's the, it seems like all of the collateral. So you know how they raised the, if you are, I think if you're a member of the NSCC or DTCC, one of those, you have to put in a pool of money or whatever. Everybody has to pool the money. So I think it goes that the hedge fund or whoever's short, then I think it eats into that pool of money. And then I think it's the DTCC. And if the DTCC can't pay, then the Federal Reserve has to pay. And the DTCC is insured for trillions of dollars. What's up, Bobby? And so don't be worried about like, oh, I'm not going to get paid. Oh, this and that. Like, no, that is and you know, it's sad because this is the kind of mentality they want people to have. They want people, because remember, they just take. And that's what they do. They just take. And they don't care who they're taking from. These are the same people that caused the 2008 crash. That's the same thing. So be careful. Let's see. Oh, I saw a thing from Ginger. Ginger said, or let me scroll down here. Okay, so actually I'm going to read two things. Corey, what do you think about us skipping all of those numbers? Once they start covering, wouldn't it in theory shoot up fast so people wouldn't have time to sell at 100 or 500? So that's a good point, right? And I think there's always going to be, you know, sellers, obviously. But yes, I do think that, you know, whenever they do get margin called, we are going to have some very, very rapid movement, right? And this is where it gets super scary, right? And that's why I think it's so important to look at the history of what happened. And by history, I just mean looking at this, right? About the volatility. And granted, I hate looking at this kind of just because of right here. It looks like it looks like it ended, but it didn't end. It was still running. I firmly 100% believe it was going to continue to run this day. It was going to continue to run and go to a new all-time stock high. I firmly believe that. But right here, this candle, this is where Robinhood halted trading. 90% of the people, or whatever it was, were on with AMC, and I believe GameStop were on Robinhood. Whenever Robinhood halts trading and no one can buy, I think people can only sell, right? They can hold or they can sell, unless a bunch of people were in Fidelity, a bunch of whales were going to buy in or whatever, or any other brokerage. Then it's just not feasible, right? The only way this stock could have gone was down based on their actions. They could have halted buying and selling. They could have done this, they could have done that, they could have just frozen everything and say, hold on a second, let's figure this out, let's do this. But they didn't. They just decided to help. It looks like they decided to help their friends out, aka Citadel, and halt the buying. But you can sell. It's just messed up. So don't pay attention to this. But yes, it is going to be obviously extremely volatile, and it is going to shoot up. Look how it shot up over here, right? And I do think there's going to be what are they called? Oh, I forgot the term. It's whenever a stock goes up and then halts stock. It's like battery halts or something. Circuit breaker halts. circuit breaker holds. I think there's going to be circuit breaker holds where it holds for a second and then it gaps up and then it holds and then it gaps up and then it holds and then it gaps up. And it's going to look very, very scary. It's going to be very sketchy, especially through everything that's happened with Robinhood and stuff. But I think that is not going to, it's just going to be good for the stock. I think it's just going to be good for the stock. Ginger says, I read something that if these hedge funds go bankrupt, the insurance pays out and the economy crashes. Any insight? So I guess I kind of covered the DTCC, how those are covered and stuff. As far as the economy crashing, I think the reason if the economy would crash, it would be because they would allow the hedge fund to fail. Somebody as big as Citadel, right? I think it would be because they allowed them to fail. So it's very possible, and I just want to prepare people just in case, maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't happen, but prepare, hope for the best, prepare for the worst, where it's very possible where these hedge funds get bailed out. I think we still get paid, everything happens normal, but these guys go bankrupt. The DTCC, the Federal Reserve, whoever has to pay, pays. And then they bail out the hedge fund, and Citadel still gets to see another day, and they continue to go. It's very, very possible, especially if the whole thing with the repo market and all of this craziness that the bonds and stuff like that Citadel is in, the bonds market, all this craziness. If they're gonna cause a economical meltdown of the United States, then they most likely would just bail them out, print the money, and give it to them, and life goes on. And that's what would happen. These guys get a bailout. It's messed up because they made a bad bet. They were illegally naked shorting. Everything that happened, And meanwhile, if I were to do something like that, I'm going to jail, prison, I'm getting fines, they take away my assets, they take away my truck. Thank you. It's unreal, and it's not fair. If any single ape were to do that, think taxes, right? We all have to pay taxes, right? Meanwhile, I think Amazon didn't pay any taxes or whatever it is. Like these big companies, the biggest company in the world doesn't have to pay any taxes because they have loopholes and stuff like that. Meanwhile, it's maybe that's a whole nother thing, but let's not make it about politics. But just so you guys see, right? It's the way the cookie crumbles. Killa says holding until the DTCC goes bankrupt too. Screw those guys. Man, it's just messed up. Hopefully these filings, I really hope that these filings, I haven't taken a look in today. Hopefully these filings mean something and some kind of real change, something good happens. But currently it's just not looking like it, right? It's not looking like what we need to happen is happening. Philly says, I wish I could move my position from Robinhood to Webull. I hear you, my friend. There might be time, but that's a decision you're gonna have to make. I've been hearing it's gonna take 48 hours, and that's the most common one. Well, into Webull it might be up to 72 hours, although they'll probably tell you longer. But I think that I personally liked Fidelity just because Webull did have some issues as well, just like Robinhood did. Spanish, and here's what Spanish says. Spanish says they will sacrifice Citadel. They have to. I really hope that's the case, right? I hope they say, you know what, we're going to make an example out of everyone here who tries to be too big to fail. And maybe that's their plan, right? Dang, maybe that is their plan. Maybe their plan is to be too big to fail. So they're going to keep shorting it, keep trying to shake us out. It's like their Hail Mary play. And then whenever they can't shake us out, their plan is to get bailed out. Their plan is to get bailed out. I wonder if that's their plan. And then, so what would be the biggest thing is if they say, you know what, we're going to make an example out of Citadel. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're Bank of America. You know, we're not going to bail you out if you do something this silly again. We're not going to bail anybody out. Okay, we're not going to bail you out. So I would love for them to make an example out of Citadel, or even Melvin or whoever, right? But that'd be fantastic. Jason says we get near 40 and gold stuff's gonna hit the fan. Margins will start getting called left and right. Yep. Crash the economy for who? Yeah, I know what you mean. Yep, people's fear will make them, people's uncertainty, people's, you know. And it's sad because, you know, obviously most of the people here, you know, we're kind of greedy, but we're not even greedy in the sense of like these hedge funds, right? They'll do anything to get a dollar, as we've seen. All right. Fairland. Let me get caught up here. 1 second. I gotta get somebody. This is so lame. Let me fix this 1 second. No, not 300. Somebody give Fegalin a perma if you can, because that's not one of the mods, please. This guy, that's not okay what he's saying. All right, let's get caught back up. Sorry about that. Not up in here. Because they employ 250,000 people. Multi-stream. All right, here we go. Yeah, I don't know what happened. There was some crazy bots. It got wild in here, but we're good. Olive looks away for 3 seconds and it gets crazy. No more. World War III starts in the chat. The storm is a brewing. Has there been ever a gamma and a short squeeze at the same time? Luke, I'm not sure if there's been a gamma and a short squeeze at the same exact time. I'm not sure. You know, even it's pretty unprecedented. This right here, and you have to keep in mind, guys. You know, if you're looking at what is it called? Something like VW and those other squeezes and stuff, like anything else that's happened before. Keep in mind that this one right here, this particular one is, and this particular one meaning AMC, GameStop, stuff like that. This is unprecedented. You know, this is a whole thing. And, you know, maybe they've been naked shorting before. Maybe they've done this and that and all that good stuff. But this time they are caught with their hand in the cookie jar and they are stuck. Okay, they are stuck in their position and they are not able to get their hand back. They're going to have to put their other hand in. And I really don't know where I was going with that analogy, but they're going to have to pay to get the cookies out of the cookie jar. They're going to have to pay. Eric says, Corey, how you doing? Doing fantastic, my friend. Thank you. Just wanted to remind Link, remember, fellow apes, pay your taxes. Apes don't want trouble with the IRS. Yes. Short-term gains, short-term capital gains tax. Big deal. Big deal. So as far as how many synthetic stocks, it's hard to tell exactly, right? It's really hard to tell how many synthetic stocks there actually are. Uh-oh. 1 second. My fiance's she's driving on her way home, and she just messaged me. Just checking on her, making sure she's good to go. All right, we'll see what happens. James says, mine transferred on the morning of the 5th day from Robinhood to Webull. Okay, in the morning. Okay, so that took a while. So keep that in mind. Robinhood to Webull, but still, even then, you know, Webull, I've been getting some mixed messages about how long it's going to take. 3 days. For Webull, it seems, from Robinhood to Webull seems about 3 days, I guess to 5 days. But for still to Fidelity, it seems to be 2 to 3 days. I read that wrong. Powell says, hey man, do you think it's possible to get 1K per share? Personally, I do think it's possible, you know. I think it's possible, right? Take a look at GameStop. Where do you think GameStop's going to go? I think, man, GameStop is starting at 200. You know what I mean? 220, or wherever they'll start at. Maybe they'll run up and then they'll start even higher. But I think that these are going to run. I think these are going to run like crazy. But if people hold, if the apes hold like they're, you know, like they say they're going to hold, I think it's very possible that this stock runs that high. I mean, you know, it really is to whatever apes hold it at, whatever they hold it to. VW squeeze in 08, price went to $800 a share. And I think that, but I also think they started at like, well, I don't know how long it was going on for, but yeah, I mean, it seems like it started from 200 and hopped to 800. But even then, you know, it didn't seem like they held for that long. Yeah, let's not do politics in the chat, guys. Especially aggressively like some people are doing. There's no way you guys are hearing sounds at all. I fixed my mic. Now my sound should be coming through better. There better not be any freaking water sounds anymore. All right, let's get. I don't understand what's going on. Pauline, you're amazing, Corey. Thank you for helping us understand all the stock stuff. I don't understand all these hedge fund stuff with AMC and GME. I know I don't. Yeah, hey, Pauline, no problem. You know, and here's the deal. I'm not anything special. I've been learning just as everyone else has been learning, you know. Obviously, I dedicate a lot of time to this stuff, and I think it's worth it for me, you know, and literally financially, it's like worth it, right? I think it's going to be worth it to hold. For me, you know, it was worth it for me to get the DD to understand. If I didn't have the DD, if I didn't have the conviction, if I didn't have the knowledge of what's going on, you know, then I wouldn't have doubled down. And that's how convicted. Obviously, you know, I put my money where my mouth is. I'll pull this back up for a little bit. I believe in it, and that's why I did it. So I think, and keep in mind, I'm not even the one who is doing the DD. I'm just reading the DD from the smart apes, right? I'm just like putting it all, trying to put the puzzle pieces together. They don't fit, and I'm trying to just kind of put them on. I'm playing with like blocks, trying to put the square through the triangle. It doesn't fit, so I got to ask somebody else how to do it. That's, you know, and I'm just trying to learn as I go. And but I try to give it to you guys, you know, give you what I find. And if it's a little more skeptical, a little more tinfoil hat, then I'll let you know. I'll let you know it's tinfoil hat. I don't know what's wrong with you guys. That's what I'll do. Anybody watch the Rich Greenfield interview on CNBC? Oh my gosh, talking about a train wreck. Like, that guy is just so, you know, you lose all credibility whenever you say stuff that doesn't make sense, right? This guy, he's still talking about what the EBITDA is, how they're trading like 25. He said the stock was bad when they were trading at 5 times the EBITDA. Now they're at 25 times the EBITDA. All this crazy stuff, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if the stock is worth, it's truly worth, if every single person says it's worth $2. It doesn't matter. What matters is that the hedge funds are short and the apes are long and the hedge funds are stuck. And if you can't see that, if that guy can't see that and even admit, okay, in 5 years this stock is not going to be worth this amount, or, you know, in 2 years, in 3 years, whatever, the stock is not worth, you know, $20 a share. The stock isn't worth $10 a share in 2 years, you know, or 5 years or 4 years with their current business model. But he can't even say that. He just says, he just tries to shill and say, and, you know, use, it's like whenever you're looking at the technical, like, okay, statistics are a perfect example of this. If you're looking at statistics, right, you have to consider you may not be getting the big picture. You may not be getting the big picture. I remember my first day of my stats class in college, my professor, he says, you know, there was a study done that found that 100% of babies that, or 100% of people that did heroin had, I'll just say hard drugs. I think I could say that. I don't know what I can and can't say, but they all drank breast milk as a child. You know what I mean? And it's like, and so what does this mean? Is that a viable statistic? It's like, no, like there are other things that go into this, right? It doesn't make any sense. Like, they're outside factors. And the fact that this guy can't even give I can respect his opinion, and, you know, maybe, and I'm sure he's making fantastic points, right? I'm sure he's making good points, but the fact that he can't say, in the short term, everything is fair game. This stock is worth $1,000 with what's going on, right? The fact that he can't say that and say, but in the long term, it's no good. You lose all credibility. You lose all credibility, you know? And that's what I think about this. That's what I think. They will make an example out of Citadel. I hope so. Give us what you find. I will give you guys what you find. Jackson, what is up? Hey man, thanks for the coverage. No problem. Today I sold some of my positions to move into AMC. If I'm understanding correctly, I can't sell out of AMC until after Wednesday. Jackson, you can sell whenever you want. But I'm not going to be selling, you know, probably on Wednesday. I mean, for me, it doesn't make any sense, right? I'm going to, I don't know whose name is Corey in here, but welcome. My name is Corey too, spelled the same way. But be careful with, I mean, do what you want to do, but I personally am not going to be selling my position after Wednesday. I'm going to hold it until it makes sense for me to exit. And I firmly believe that it's not going to be, I don't believe it's going to be next week. And I don't think it's going to be the week after that either. Just personally. Now we'll have to take a look. We'll have to see what's going on. We'll have to see, oh my gosh, Lee the comedian. And so just be careful. If you set a hard date, like, what if your hard date was to sell today? Dude, I personally don't think it makes sense to exit just yet. So I would just wait, or do what you want to do. But I'm gonna continue to hold and wait, right? I would hate to exit at $30-$40 and then the stock runs all the way up to $1,000, $10,000, whatever it's going to run to dollars, and or not run up to, right, dollars, and then I just missed out, because I would rather have a floor at $1,000, let it run up to 10,000, and then sell it back at 1,000 if the squeeze is over and it's dropping, right? That's what I would rather do, rather than sell it at $40 or whatever it's going to be at next week, $30, and be done with it. So just keep that in mind. I have a Moaz game theory that you can take a look at, and basically the premise is you sell at a floor, so you let it run all the way up, you miss all the top gains, right, but you don't miss the top, and then you sell it on the way back down. Yeah. And there's actually a game attached to that video that is fun. It's a fun little game to play. Smooth says, bruh, next week is going to be crazy. What do you think? I think next week is going to be pretty good. It's going to be very interesting. Actually, I saw something that I liked. I don't know if I'll be able to find it. Let me see if I saved it. Okay, so let's take a look at this post really quick. Can I do u/? I wonder if this will pull up this post. Nice, yeah, I did. Okay. This person posts this many times, geez. So this is pretty popular. So, and granted, just follow me here for a second. This is the GameStop timeline for what happened. This is the January numbers, and take a look here. And this is kind of where we are, right? Take a look. We ran up. What day was that? Monday? Let's look at the 5-day. And take a look. So Monday, Tuesday, okay. And whatever. So you can see it went up, and then it went down by $5 today, or that day. And that's kind of what I think was today, right? This is a Friday. So Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Same exact kind of movement, right? Crazy, like nice. Down a little bit. Was a red day, but nobody sold. That's what we had today, right? I firmly believe that. And next week, this is Monday. Well, for us, it would be Tuesday, I suppose. And granted, remember, this is just one example. This might not make any sense, might not even happen. It might go the opposite. But, it's interesting to look at how it's actually pretty dang close. You see the positive momentum right here, and all the options that expired in the money. And then next week, right here. So this is Monday. Tuesday, start to run up, right? And then it, kept running. Nobody sold. And then Robinhood restricted trading. We have no clue how high this was going to continue to run. No clue. It could have kept running and because the diamond-handed apes were holding. They were still holding. And then here, I understand. I held, but I can understand the fear of the people who can't afford to lose this. They halted trading. I understand it, right? And boom, it took about 2 weeks for the squeeze to go from $19 to $347. And I think that's where we are. Granted, it's different. It's not the same thing, so don't hold me to that. But it's eerily similar, is what I'll say. Eerily similar. Jay says, and here, I'm not afraid to answer this question because everyone would just ignore this question. I guarantee you, go into anybody else's chat. I guarantee they won't answer your question. Super chat them. I guarantee that they won't answer your question. And if they do, they're gonna give you a fake number, right? So, and I'll answer this for AMC as well. Jay says, what do you think the true price of GME is when it's all said and done? So keep in mind, there's a million different factors that go into this. And I've been saying since I started streaming, I don't know, whenever that was, March, I think I've started, maybe February. Anyways, whenever I started streaming and making videos, I was first to tell people, like, GameStop with their current model of brick and mortar stores, and that's all they're doing, I don't think is worth $50 a share personally, right? It's not just, and I hope you can understand why I would say that, right? And now I guess I want to preface by saying, with everything going on right now, this is not including everything going on right now. Obviously, this is what it's worth right now, and I think it's going to be worth much, much, much higher whenever the shorts let off. But let's say we're a few months ago or whatever, and because we know that GameStop is what they're doing, all the innovative changes they're doing. But let's say they weren't doing any of that, and they were sticking with the brick and mortar model. They're not going to go to e-commerce. They're not going to go here. They're not going to go there. Yeah, I mean, they're I don't know, $20 stock, maybe, like $15 stock. Granted, there's numbers that you would have to run and blah blah blah. I'm not really an analyst or anything, but I would say under $40 a share for that stock with the old business model for what they were, right? With the new business model, man, these guys are innovating. These guys are, if it's true with that partnership with SLGG, if that's an actual thing, not a fake FUD rumor or whatever it would be. If that's real, that's huge. If they're going to e-commerce, and I've been saying this since I first started streaming as well, if they would go into a Steam type platform where you could actually sell the games, right? If you could say, okay, well, I played, this game and I'm done with it. I'm really not playing it anymore. I'd rather just sell it and let someone else have it. I think that's what they're trying to do with their NFT type system, where they can just like have a game kind of be an NFT and then they're going to sell it. I'm not sure if that's what they're actually trying to do, but if they are, then that's very, very interesting. Now, and that's what I think. Currently, with everything going on, man, I'm very curious. I couldn't really give it a target estimate of what I think GameStop would be right now, because it depends if they actually do the SLGG, if they actually do the land, turning their places into land things, like land centers, if they're all the things that they're looking into doing, right? Not everything is going to pan out. You know how many things Google has tried that hasn't panned out? Google search the Google graveyard or whatever. There's a bunch of things that never worked or didn't work, or they ended, and it's a bunch of their failed projects, and they kind of display them proudly, which I respect. But anyways, that's that, and but now everyone, like even me included, whenever I need a new part for my computer, or I'm going to buy a new computer, whatever, I'm going to look at GameStop first, right? I'm going to look at GameStop, see what their price is. I'm going to start with them, and hopefully, and I hope to purchase with them, right? New computer parts, new games, new this, new that, whatever I'm going to be purchasing. I like GameStop. I support what's going on right now, and at least in the short term, or whatever, I support GameStop. They have that momentum, right? And same thing with AMC. I feel like a lot of people are supporting AMC. A lot of people want to go to AMC theaters. A lot of people are bullish on AMC theaters. Now, my question to you, and is what's going to happen in 3 or 4 years, whatever, with theaters. I feel like there's going to have to be some kind of innovation, whether they go to streaming or they have something. I don't think they're going anywhere, but I don't think they're rapidly expanding like they used to be, right? I think they're going to have to offer some kind of new experience. Granted, now they have the recliner seats, which are freaking amazing. If you haven't been to a theater with those recliner seats, it's very nice. Yeah, Diamond Tuesday with the super chat. Diamond. Okay, so Diamond, I do have a little theory. I wonder that, I think you're still going to be right about Tuesday, but I'm wondering if it's actually going to be Wednesday next week because of the Monday being off. So the second day of the week, theoretically, right? I wonder if it's going to be the second day instead of. It's still Tuesday in my eyes. I'll still give it to you if it happens Wednesday, but I'm a little curious about that because Tuesday is technically going to be like a Monday from a trading standpoint. But anyways, That's that. So I digress. Let me open my door really quick. One sec. It gets freaking hot in here. I thought my fiance was gonna be home. I didn't want her to make a lot of noise. Or I don't want to bother her. So anyways, what was I gonna say? Yeah, so AMC, who knows what it's gonna be in a few years, right? But right now is what I'm concerned about. What they're gonna do. Hopefully they innovate. Hopefully they stay around. I have so much respect for Adam Aron and what's been going on. But yeah. How says, I panic FOMO a lot of $30 calls next week. You think theta gonna kill? You know, I actually, that's a good question. I didn't look at the theta for my call options, which is a rookie mistake, but I don't think it's really gonna matter too much, especially since you have yours for next week. I mean, I don't think that the theta is gonna hurt you too much. I do worry about about maybe the break even, your break even or something, but hopefully next week is Prince for you. I really hope so. Mike Lee says paying crypto dividend is to force naked share buyback. AMC should do this too. That's a good point. Is that what you think is happening with is that what you think is happening with the NFT from GameStop? Because I did see something about, I think overstock.com did something like that. Oh, Diane said there are 32 more Tuesdays in 2021. This is true. This is true. They did the math. Thank you, Diane. I'm drinking a little bit of water. Corey, congrats on 11K. Oh, thank you. Did I hit 11K? I'm probably really close. Thanks for being honest. Yeah, and I'll always be honest with you guys, right? And hopefully no one takes me as a shill. I'm not trying to shill anyone. I'm just giving you my personal thoughts. And if someone has a, Corey, you're wrong because of XYZ, I'd love to hear it. To invest in. You know, James, you kind of sparked an interesting idea. James was kind of joking. James says Elon is going to partner with GameStop to make the first self-driving gaming Doge mining vehicle. And James, you know what would be interesting? I don't know if anyone's ever seen the gaming trucks or whatever, but there's like trucks that you get and you can have like a little LAN party. You could fit like, I think 8 people in, 4 on each side. Like this is the truck and you just fit 4 people here. And I don't know what the whole deal was. They would drive around and stuff. Maybe it was for parties or whatever it was, but or maybe a mobile LAN center. Wouldn't it be cool if they had a Tesla mobile LAN truck, right? Little bus or truck, whatever it would be. And they pull up and you got, they park in front of your house and everyone goes in. There's AC, there's, a little fridge with snacks and drinks and stuff. And you guys just land in there. That would be an excellent partnership with GameStop. That'd be a very cool idea. A very cool idea. A Tuesday is a Tuesday. Okay, Diamond wants the Tuesday. I'll tell you what though, if it happens on a Wednesday, I'm still gonna give. If it happens this Wednesday, I'm still gonna give it to you because I think you're right. Either way, whether it happens on no matter what, you're right. You won. How dare you question Diamond, sir? All right. Did you make your fiance drive your truck? I would never put her in that kind of danger to drive my truck. So I'll just put it that way. Hal says, Diamond is our prophet. When is the squeeze? Tuesday is the Tuesday. Here we go. Tuesday. Luke says, thank you for the super chat. Luke says, Corey, please read my last comment. Oh boy, where's Luke? Luke? Luke. Oh gosh. All right, we'll figure this out. Nobody panic. Luke. Marty, I agree. Oh, let's go to the end. GME fundamentals are out. GME fundamentals are looking a lot better too. This paying out dividends with crypto is huge bonus for the stock price. If it goes to 1,000, I can go to Harvard and be as smart as Kramer. Okay, I'm gonna read your comment again. GME fundamentals are looking a lot better too. This paying out dividends with crypto is huge bonus for the stock price. 1 second. I think what the heck was that? Oh no, 1 second. Oh, I think my fiance's here. I think she needs help. Let me help her. Hold on, hang in there. Hang in there. All right, sorry about that, guys. I had to run there. So anyways, $40. Okay, Luke. I think I read Luke's thing just now. So why do so many people prefer AMC to GME when GME has so much more DD and potential profit for AMC? I'm not talking about the people who can't afford a ton of GME. They opt out for AMC. You know, personally for me, like it just came down to the actual. For me, AMC is just easier to hold. And you know, this is just my personal opinion. So obviously I got into AMC super early, but other than that, you know, when AMC was at $2, you know, $5, whatever it was at, for me, I was like, you know, I can justify the AMC being at. They were closed the whole pandemic, right? They were closed the whole time. Now they're finally going to open. The vaccine's out, yada, yada, yada. You guys know the spiel, but they're finally, we're opening. There was finally some bullish momentum that they could have had. And that bullish momentum came in the form of they were not going bankrupt anymore, right? And they're opening, yada, yada. And that's why it's so easy for me to hold AMC, because I feel like it's, even without the squeeze, let's say it didn't squeeze or whatever, then I still felt like it would still have upside. I would still make money regardless. And that's why for me. I also think that there's like, what was I going to say? There's a mental block for people. I know you mentioned, you know, don't mention the price. I think there's a mental block for people who don't want to buy partial shares. I don't want to buy, you know, half a share of, you know, a quarter share, whatever it would be, you know, of GameStop. I'd rather buy 10 shares of AMC. And there's that mental thing. I know it doesn't, from a percentage standpoint, right? Stocks go up by percentages, and that's what you're looking for, the percentages, not the dollars. the percentages. And I think that's something that a lot of people don't really think about. They think about, well, GameStop, you know, what if it goes to GameStop would have to go to 1,000, where AMC would just have to go to 100. You know what I mean? I think that there's a lot of mental blocks that people go through. He didn't read the one I wanted. Oh gosh. All right, let me go back, Luke. I don't know why you didn't super chat the actual comment then. You're just super chat your comment again. Like, or, you know, don't do it again, but next time. Luke. Okay, let's see. Let's see what Luke said. If it goes to 1,000, I can go to Harvard and be as smart as Kramer. Okay, next. GME fundamentals are looking a lot better. Pay this out, dividends. Okay. Jamie. Corey. Who was it that loaned AMC money before the first squeeze and first pushed up the stock? Did they receive shares for that? Who was it that loaned AMC money before the first squeeze and pushed it up for the stock? Did they receive shares from that? Oh, okay. Luke, I don't know who it was specifically, right? That did well, we can look it up here, right? I don't know what the article was called. By market moves. Oh no, this is market moves. So I don't know who it was, but they had, you're right, they did get a loan from somebody, right? Somebody did loan them. I don't think they gave them any shares. I think what they did is they gave them, they just, it was a loan, right? It was hey, I'm going out of business, like who's going to bail me out? And you know, somebody, you know, institution or whatever, they said, yeah, I'll tell you what, we'll loan you the money to stay afloat, and you have to pay us, you know, 20% interest or whatever their interest fee was. And I think that's what happened. So I don't think they gave him any shares. And I think where you're getting, like, did they give them shares for that, is because Adam Aaron, in his interview with Trades, whenever he was talking about the shares, what he said was, you know, let's say we have, he says, his example was the landlords. Let's say our landlords want us to, what did he say? Let's say we want to thank our landlords, right? And our landlords, we owe them a lot of money. So what we could do is we could make a deal saying, hey, we'll give you, you know, what we owe you in AMC stock, and you can decide to, and you know, we'll call it even. We give you the AMC stock, we'll call it even. And I think that's what, where that's kind of coming from. But realistically, Adam Aaron, he was just giving arbitrary examples that really weren't going to happen, or he really didn't plan on. He was just giving random examples. So yeah. I think that was your comment that you wanted read. Yeah, that was your comment. Okay. Sorry, Luke. Thank you. Phew. Let's continue. Come on, bro. You guys in these water, man. Oh my god, it's driving me nuts. Pablo says, do you guys think 200 shares is enough? It really just depends, Pablo, on where it goes to, you know. 200 shares, and here's the deal, people just do what they can, right? And maybe 200 shares will be enough, maybe it won't be. It's hard to say. Realistically, I guess it just might be, right? I guess it depends on what you're trying to do. Are you trying to, you know, if you're trying to retire, I don't know if 200 shares would be enough, depending on, but it depends on where the stock goes to, right? If it goes to $100,000, yes, is the answer. So yeah, I'll just say that. Rich Greenfield was at the door. Yeah, Rich Greenfield, you know, he was stopping by. He said, hey, how did I do in my interview today? And I just kind of slammed the door on him, embarrassing me. The people that gave AMC, yeah, okay, read that one. Very bullish, same. again, I'm not here to start any arguments. No, I appreciate Lewis the way you asked. You know what makes AMC better than GameStop, but I see what you know. I may not know. Please do tell him all the years. Yeah. So Lewis, so hopefully that helped you a little bit. I mean, and that's just personal opinion. I do think there's a bunch of GT. I think there's a bunch of good information. I do have shares of GameStop, but I'm obviously much heavier into AMC. How I probably missed it. And guys, don't be afraid to re-ask a question if I haven't gotten to it. Just kind of know where you are in the like the question I asked before or whatever, your general vicinity, because it's gonna be good stuff. Diane, thank you for the super chat. Oak Tree Center Bridge backed 557 by a non-donor, 547 million. Oak Tree Center Bridge. Okay, well there you have it. Oh, let me write this down. Oh no, let me go back to Hal. Where'd you go? One second. Let me pull up how. Okay, so I don't know if Corey saw my chat earlier, but regarding AMC, how AMC is the highest trading equity in the market according to Bloomberg with Bloomberg Terminal with 13 billion value, more than Tesla and Apple. How? You know, that's a good question. Actually, I did see that post on, I think I saw it on Reddit, and you know, I think it just has to do with the trading, the actual trading volume. I don't have a good answer for you. I'll start by saying, right, I don't have a definitive answer, anything like that. I will say that I think that this kind of volume, right, this kind of volume, and you can see the highest volume in here. But then again, I don't think volume is exactly representative of the number you're saying. Let me see, was trading equity in the market. I'm not sure how they derive that number. I'm not sure how it's calculated. 13 billion value for today. I just don't know how that number is calculated, to be honest. I can't really give you a solid answer on that one. Wait, Chick will be a millionaire for sure? How many positions does Chick have? Starfish says, over the last many months, AMC has been like the going to the checkout. Every time I have a little cash, I pick up a few. Yeah, every time you have a little bit of cash, just a little more. Yeah, I've had to slow down because I was eating a lot of gum, if that's the analogy. Philly says, what if AMC figured out a stream to home platform? They could even have contracts with specific production studios and be the only ones to offer those movies. Yeah, like I think MGM just partnered with Amazon. So yeah, they could definitely have something like that. But, you know, I just don't know. I don't know. Streaming is definitely pretty great, but nothing, I don't know. Nothing beats going, for me, nothing really beats going to the movies. It's just so much fun. You know, I don't know. Hey, Corey, how many options ended up in the money today? Oh, yeah. So let's take a look. I covered it. Actually, I have the number right here. So it's approximately, I believe I did this correctly, as long as I didn't enter any of these numbers incorrectly, approximately, I guess 166,000 no, wait. Anyways, I did it times 100. Yeah, 166,000. Yeah, times 100. So 16 million shares, 166,000 contracts. That's a rough number. I just kind of took like, you know, 1,100 and then 1,200 and stuff like that. And then this one I did like, I rounded up to 1,000 to add up these numbers that I left off. So a very rough guesstimate. I ended up with that much. Can you show Ortex for AMC? Yeah, happy to. Boom. Done. Triple X. I have. Wait, you have that many shares? You have 2,000 GameStop shares and 31,000 AMC shares? What? My goodness. All right. Let's continue. Let's continue. Vizafi says, should I buy right now? I bought right now. I have it right here. Boom. Proof. I bought right now. But for you, you have to do what you think. Let's see. Oh gosh. Going too fast. Oh yeah, and I'll leave this number up for the calls and puts. There we go. Now we see everything. I'll move this to the side so we can see. I didn't see the puts, I just looked at the calls. I think that we might actually gamma squeeze next week, but I guess we'll see. I don't know if you answered my question, but do you think this can drag for a few more months? I missed your question. Can it drag for a few more months? I think it really just depends. I think it is possible, right? I think it is possible. But you know what? With the price action, the way it's going on, I think that it's getting to a point where it might not be able to go on for that long. I guess it depends on how they cover. If they're margin called, I don't think it'll go for a few months. I think it will go relatively quickly. If they aren't margin called, I think that, well, even if they are margin called, it's possible that it can go for a few more months. Yeah. Well, I'm going to play it slowly, and I'll let you know. We'll have to just update slowly. I don't want to give you a definitive answer now. It's not really required, but it's a good question. I think that we'll just have to play it super slow. Streaming Humble, and thank you, Humble, for your insight. Humble's a streaming guy, but 99% of the people he knows prefer theaters. And don't get me wrong, I love to sit on the couch with my fiance, just hang out, watch some TV, watch some YouTube. But you know, movies, it's hard to get her to sit down and watch a movie. I love watching movies. She likes shows though. I'd rather watch a movie, but yeah. Peter, you do not hear any running water. So I'm talking about. Oh, see you, Diane. I missed you, but have a great weekend. Let's see. James says, does AMC have any particular catalyst that forces hedge funds to cover their shorts? Like how GameStop has a dividend Actually, I don't know if there's like a forced catalyst, but the share count is going to be happening very, very, very soon. So there is that. Now, as far as a forced catalyst, I feel like GameStop is probably moving more in the direction of looking for some kind of potential. Maybe if they were to be the ones, it would be GameStop to look into a crypto type situation where I think is it a crypto dividend would force them to cover. I'm not fully versed on that, how that would work, but it's very possible that they would be the ones. Yes. As far as AMC goes, nothing too crazy other than the DTCC filings and the share recount that I know of. Can you talk about what might happen on Tuesday? So realistically, Tuesday, I'm not sure. I personally don't think there's going to be something too crazy on Tuesday. I think the T+2 is going to happen on Wednesday, and I think there might be a potential gamma squeeze Wednesday in the after hours. That would be my prediction. Tuesday, I feel like it's probably going to be pretty bullish on Tuesday, maybe sideways on Tuesday. I do feel like we'll probably hold the 25-20 level of support, and I think we'll kind of probably trade a little sideways. Hopefully, obviously, who wouldn't love an upward trend? But just my personal guess, it would be maybe sideways here, sideways a little bit up, and then like maybe up 1% on the day or something over here, maybe up 2% on the day over here, and I'm hoping in the after hours that it'll start to go crazy with a gamma squeeze. I think if we hit past 40 though in the gamma squeeze, which I think is very possible, that it could trigger a short squeeze, and we'll know whenever we see the numbers. I'm very anxious for Tuesday though, because I want to see T+2. I want to see what happened this day on Ortex. Ortex will show us these numbers, and it'll let us know what happened on this day. And I'll tell you what, guys, if these guys did not cover their shares, if these Ortex numbers don't drastically change right here on Tuesday, then holy smokes. I mean, at that point, I think it's gonna, how I said I thought it was gonna start at 100. At that point, I think it's gonna start at like 500 or 1,000. If nothing has changed at all right here on Tuesday, the Ortex numbers aren't changed. Holy smokes! I'll be so happy that I took my position and I entered when I did. This new position that I just added to today. Can you take a look at BlackBerry stock? Yeah, let's take a look. Hey, it's very interesting how it's exactly the same, wouldn't you say? Very interesting how it's exactly the same. And remember, in January, these guys moved too. Take a look here. These guys had a crazy movement, right? Same thing. And then guess what happened? They halted trading. Oh my goodness. Yes, they halted trading. So, yes. But BlackBerry looking very, very similar to these other stocks, heavily shorted stocks. Eddie, hi, gave you a thumbs up. Thank you very much. I have a question. I don't know if you answered this already, but were you worried about that dip today and what happened Tuesday? So I answered what happened on Tuesday. Was I worried about the dip today? I was anticipating the dip today. The reason I added to my position today, I was going to add it yesterday, but I knew there was going to be a dip today. I thought the dip was going to be a lot harsher. Personally, I didn't think that we were going to hit 36 so early. I thought we were going to kind of consolidate. I thought we were going to drop back down maybe to like 18 or something from, like 26. I really thought we were going to drop to 18. And this is where I was going to add to my position. But that wasn't the case. So we kept respecting this level of support at 25. I did buy it while it was dropping because I was just freaking panicked. But obviously hindsight is 2020. Everyone knows what you should do in hindsight, right? Anyways, so it was dipping here and I was like, you know what? Like, I want to just add to my position already. And I didn't want to risk some kind of recovery play around 27. So what I did is I entered right here. I'm still happy with it. I got my $28 strike. So it's like, $2 off, whatever. But, I could have theoretically, I suppose, gotten a $26 strike, which would have been even nicer, but I'm not too worried about it. It probably wouldn't change too much in the with my entrance price anyways. I still would have only been able to get 7 contracts. So with that in mind, I just decided to enter, and yeah, so I was anticipating it. And the reason I was anticipating this dip is because of the what we saw on earlier in the week. We saw the articles, the FUD articles, saying Friday is the end of the squeeze, Friday's the end of the squeeze, yada yada yada. I didn't believe it for a second, especially since the Ortex numbers hadn't changed, and in fact they borrowed more shares. And so it's weird. I was oddly calm during all of this. Obviously, you know, your heart starts to rush a little bit whenever you're about to dump $8,500 in 28 strike or $28 strike options. Freaking YOLO, but that's all right. Philly says, this was fun. Thanks for the great info, insights, and laughs. This chat is lit for sure. Have a great weekend. See you, Philly. Thank you for stopping by. Sounded kind of lame, right? Thanks for hanging out. I don't know. I'm in my own head. Does Lambo make trucks? I don't think they make trucks, but let me see. Let's see what they make. I know they have like SUVs. Yeah, they have like these SUVs. Oh, actually, is this a, who makes this one? Look at this truck. Is this brand new? Look at that. That's a pretty cool looking truck, I'm not gonna lie. I'm into it. If this is real. 2019. This is a pretty cool looking truck. I don't know if it's real though. It doesn't seem to be real. Is this it here too? Not quite the same thing. I guess we'll see, but huh. That was fun. CT says, I didn't buy enough of the $40 earlier. Yep, $40 strike earlier in the week, but I did get 50 of the 31s on Monday. Yeah. And of course, you know, you never know what's going to happen. And I bet you everyone who is like looking into getting contracts right now, I bet you every single person is wishing, and me included, I'm wishing that I would have just put, if I would have put that 8,500 in the, at my, my $20 call, I would have made like $80,000. I did the math earlier, based on, because those are up like 200% or something, or 2,000%. Sorry. Wait, is that right? Or maybe I did the math for the other one. Anyways, I would be up a ridiculous amount of money if I would have put, and obviously, right? But it is what it is. I didn't want to have that kind of FOMO again, so I just hopped in and I'll hold. Felix says, what is the best option to buy for AMC? Felix, that is the best question in the world, right? That is the hardest question. It is whatever you want. I hate answering that like that, but it really is. Number one, I can't tell you what to do. Number two, you're going to have to determine what your risk tolerance is, right? June 18th seems to be extremely popular. Extremely popular. As you can see right here, the $40 strikes. Look at this, 224,000. Options right here, 224,000 contracts. This is insane. This went up by a lot today, guys. A lot. Holy smoke. Or I think this is yesterday. I don't think it's been updated yet, but this went up a ridiculous amount. So I think that this is obviously extremely popular, but you have to decide what's worth it to you. Do you want to have more time, or do you want to risk it, or do you want to, do you want to risk, I'm trying to say this without swaying you. Do you want to buy it, further out? And I'll say you have more time for the stock to reach this price, but you do pay a much higher premium, as you can see. not double, but almost, you know. Well, I guess it depends how far you go out, right? Because it's June 18th, and just to show you really quick, June 18th, $40 strike, currently is costing 500 bucks, right? And so June, we'll do 6 months later, we'll do December 17th, and the same thing is $885, right? Almost 900, or we'll call it 885, sure. So, you know, you have to decide what you want to do, what's worth it to you. And now, granted, if it hits in you know, early June, you know, and you make this, then you're good. But if you don't make it, then, you know, it might not feel so good, and you could lose your entire investment. In the money versus out of the money, I mean, it's pretty simple. If you hit your strike price, you know, these are in the money right here. These are out of the money, these options. And as you can see, $26 is where you're at. So if you're under 20, if you're on a call, you're under $26, you're in the money. And if you're above $26, you're out of the money. Now, right here, you know, if you wanted to, and I like to buy my options, you know, as close to being in the money as possible. This way I don't have to go, you know. And again, you pay a higher premium, right? You pay a higher premium for being for being just outside of the money, rather than, so you can see here, $635 is what this would cost, and then this one down here would cost, you know, $425 for, you know, 13 bucks of safety. So yeah, hopefully that helps a little bit. But in the money is very easy. You just that's the gist of it. That's not a truck. Lambo has made a truck. Olive, yes, I was thinking about those people too, and I didn't mention them in any of my videos. I haven't mentioned them, but Olive says, I can't stop thinking about the people 2 weeks ago asking if they should buy in at $9. At $9, don't you bet they wish they would have bought at $9? Like, and I think this is what's going to happen again. I think it's going to be the same thing. It's going to be $40, $50, $60, whatever it's going to be. People are going to say, oh, should I buy in? And oh, should I buy in? I wish I would have bought at $26 when I was thinking about it. You know, and then it's going to be, and then what's going to happen? We're going to be at, you know, $300. Oh, should I buy in? Is it too late? Like, I wish I would have bought at, you know, $200. You know, I think that's what's going to happen. People asking. I love that. I love that you brought that up, because I completely agree with you. I need to remember to mention that in one of my videos, because people are always doing that. So I have a question. What is the number with the X under the ask and bid price? X under the ask and bid price. Ask and bid. Oh, I think you're talking about these over here. Or I guess they kind of cleared them out. June 4th. No, it would have been back here, right? Should have been May 28th. I think you're talking about, like, in here they have an X or something. I think those means that those haven't been filled yet. We saw them. Where did we see them? I know exactly what you're talking about, because I saw them too. I think those were new, and they haven't been. They're just empty right now. They haven't been purchased or updated, at least. Yeah, I think you're talking about the ones down here. Corey, never do the math. Smooth. The shareholder meeting not going to trigger the short squeeze. Sorry, I have my kids. I'm not sure if that's a question or what, but I think that the shareholder meeting, I'm not sure if the shareholder meeting is going to trigger anything. I'm not sure why it would, but I think that the counting of the shares might trigger something, depending on how they play it. Lewis says, Corey, if I would have YOLO'd my cash into GameStop at 40, I would have $120,000 at the moment at the current price. Yeah, I mean, and a lot of people have those regrets, those fears, and you can't have that on you. You know what I mean? You can't let that affect you, because that is hard to swallow, hard pill to swallow. So, you know, it's done, it's over with. And remember, I was gonna buy GameStop at $3, right? And I never did, or whatever it was. Like, I saw it at the very, very bottom. I put it in my cart. I was gonna buy $500 worth, and I was gonna buy shares, you know, $500 worth of shares, around, I think it was around $3, whatever, maybe it's $3.50. I had it in my it was Robinhood at the time. I'll never forget it. And I was like, you know what? I just don't know this. I don't know where this company is going to be. And look at me now. I missed out, but luckily I did put some of that money in AMC, and look at me now. But yeah, you can't harp on those things. That'll eat you alive. Dave Brown, why is $40 calls 618 so popular? I think there are two reasons. Number one, I think people are hopping on. They're seeing that June 18th 40 is super popular. But June 18th 40 was one of the first places to offer a $40 strike. Now, as you can see, it goes a lot higher. But they were one of the first places where you can get super cheap. At one point, these were $39 per contract. $39 per contract. And so people were scooping. I have some of these. I scooped these up. Heck yeah. I wish I would have scooped up more, because these are up. Even these are up a lot. Like, it's ridiculous how much. It's ridiculous how, yes, these are insane. So that, and so yeah, that was the first month where I believe it was the first month where you could purchase $40 strikes. And there were catalysts before here. There are catalysts within here. I think, you know, the June 2nd, but before there was June 2nd, there was, I forgot when the shareholder meeting was, but there's another catalyst in here that I can't remember. I think there's a few that happened before June 18th that a lot of people are really bullish on. Can you explain selling versus executing the option? Yeah, so basically, I do have a video on this if anybody wants to check out trading options. It's called Trading Options on Webull, but it works for any platform. But yeah, so selling so you can either, whenever you purchase a option, just contract, you can either choose to sell the contract whenever you made money on it, or you can choose to exercise it. So what most people do is they just sell the contract, and if they want to purchase shares, they'll purchase, whatever in shares, half the shares, whatever they want to do. But what you can also do is you can execute it, where I think the benefit of executing is you get to, I think if you sell your contract, I don't think you get your premium back that you paid for it. Whereas if you execute, I think you do get that, like it's kind of included. So that might be wrong, but somebody correct me if that's wrong, but something like that. Atriel's a super chat of $5. Just up to your Patreon. Oh, thank you so much. Piloting this rocket to the moon. Thanks for everything. Hey, it's no problem. I'm really not doing, here's the deal. I'm not doing much, guys. I've learned some stuff. I'm just sharing it. Like, I learned it from other people, other apes, and just kind of, just trying to share it. And that's all I'm doing. I guess I'm just giving, all it costs me is my time. And my sanity, but hey, no problem. I appreciate it. I'm always happy to hang out with you guys. It's always fun, Okay, what is that? Okay. I got 5K Dogecoin at 40. Am I? Your bag holding. Maybe if whenever AMC goes to the moon, you're finally ready to exit, maybe you can average down, right? One of my something I do want to do. Look at this. I like these prices for AMC and Doge. I mean, Bitcoin and Doge. I do plan on adding to my Bitcoin and Doge positions, diversifying into crypto after I exit. Which sounds so weird. I don't even like to say I'm gonna exit. I'm so attached to the stock. I have a weird sentimental attachment. Diamond says, my dad's upset I didn't sell when I told him I was up 8K. Little does he know I'm up 30K. I know there's some people I wish I did not tell that I was up, because they're just like, dude, get out. And they tell me all day, please get out, please pull out. And it's like, dude, like, guys, I got this. So yeah, I would highly recommend not telling people how much money you made or anything like that, because then they're going to start talking to you and become your best friends and, you know, stuff like that. Saphiric says, during squeezes, should we market order or limit order to sell? So your brokerage is supposed to try and execute by the best, I forgot the exact verbiage, but they're supposed to find the best price for you, right? Best price execution, something like that. And so they're supposed to do that if you do a market order, right? A lot of people are saying limit orders just because, especially if you're in Robinhood or something sketchy, then if you did something, you know, if you're in something sketchy like that, then it might not work so well. But a lot of people are saying limit orders. Do a limit order, and you know, whether you're entering or exiting. Today I did a market order because realistically I just wanted to get in. I didn't want it to start running up or something and then I missed out, just because I missed it by a penny or something. I didn't want anything like that. I just did a market order, got in, and just holding, because I feel like it wasn't really, that penny or two wasn't really going to matter too much in the scheme of things. I just needed to make sure it executed at a decent price, and so that's what I did. But they say, yeah, whenever you're exiting, to do a limit order just in case it's kind of volatile and, you know, someone has a market order, market buy or something super low and then it tries to fill it. I don't know, something weird like that. But so I'll just say limit order. How long do you think it will take for them to announce the results for the share count? So hard to say. It depends on what their plan is. Adam Aaron can, I mentioned this a little earlier, but Adam Aaron can decide to hide it and go straight to the SEC or whoever he wants to go to about it, see if they can do something on the back end to force them to cover. Or maybe he'll tell the apes and the apes will go freaking nuts and they'll buy up all the stock after this confirmation, after the confirmation of, yes, they're naked shorting, yada, yada, yada. Could be something like that. Hey, what's up, Aaron? Share the time. That's worth it. Yeah. All right, guys. Plus, do you have any thoughts on that? Okay, I'll read this last question. Let me see. So I've seen a few things about shills hedges pretending to be apes, talking about how they're selling, what they're doing, their profits. Matt Core's stream today was weird. Yeah, I've seen a lot of information about that. I didn't watch Matt Core's stream, but a lot of people saying, oh, I'm going to exit at this point. You have to keep in mind that there's a weird divide between there's a lot of stuff going on, right? There's a weird divide between AMC and GameStop. There's also the shills. These guys are trying to scare us to exit our positions, all this craziness, right? And so I think it's just me. I'm keeping my head straight, like just paying attention to the numbers, to the facts, to the sentiment, all of the stuff, right? You can look at things, look at the volume, look at the sentiment of the stock, look how many people are buying, look how people aren't selling, look at everything going on, right? The momentum. And so I think they're trying to shill you, especially for today, right? Today they were really trying to shill people with their articles and yada yada, but they were not able to do it. They were not able to achieve their goal. And I think they are really going to have to pay even more for it than they were going to have to pay. They should have covered at $5. And maybe they could have caused something weird, but they didn't. And now I think they're going to pay for it dearly, even more than they're already paying for it, right? We've seen how much they've lost, billions this week, I think billions this week on 5 heavily shorted stocks. So yeah, not good for them, but that's what I think is happening. I just be very careful. I just be careful. Anyways. That's what I have. So I do have a video coming out tonight. So be sure to just check it out. It's basically how I added my position, yada, yada, yada. You guys have already seen it twice now. There are plenty of times. So just, I don't know, drop a like or something so people can see that it's okay to buy, but, or not buy, whatever people want to do. No advice. But anyways, So yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I'll be sure to clean my fish tank, Lee. So rude. But I will catch you guys later. You guys have a fantastic night, fantastic weekend, and I will catch you guys later. Peace.